How's it going, everyone? I'm VenomousStare, back with another commentary. It's been a long while since I've done one of these. And you might be asking yourself, well, why is that, Venomous? Why haven't you had a commentary video on your channel in over a month? Well, the motherboard on my old PC went out, the ports on it went to shit, couldn't record audio. So, built a new rig. Unfortunately for me, the new rig's motherboard was also bad, so I had to buy another motherboard. Fortunately though, I am here to stay. And we have TY up here in the top left of Abyssal Reef. Opening with the barracks, he's probably going to do an expand with the Reaper. His opponent is the American Protoss, Neeb. And Neeb is always very diligent about having 16 workers on minerals. He will also be fast expanding. Terran players, of course, almost always get a Reaper whenever they fast expand. It's good at hunting down proxies, it's good at clearing out little scouts like this. It's good at scouting your opponent. The Reaper's just a great early game unit. We can see Neeb is thinking about blocking this, but notice he does not have enough minerals, and ooh, TY gets it down. So that's actually a pretty big win for TY. It looked like an insignificant exchange to the naked eye. But once Neeb got the appropriate amount of minerals, he could have laid a pylon down like right here and made it where TY either had to make his expansion off or delay his expansion. It would have been a pain regardless, but TY slapped it down right as he had the money, and now his Reaper's going to fly across the map. So TY, it appears as though he's doing a build that is very common on the Korean server, which is kind of this little 1-1-1 mine drop. And we can see he's also building an eBay in the mineral line of the natural. That's pretty funny. So TY is trying to keep Neeb off balance here, and the build that he's going for is a build that really keeps people off balance in general. As TY did snipe a worker there, that's annoying for Neeb. So Neeb has his mothership core now, so he shouldn't take any more harass damage. You might be asking yourself, well, what's the point of this eBay? Well, you can build it and obstruct some of the minerals for your opponent and then cancel it and lose almost nothing. Expansion finished here for TY. And with this build, you get reactored marine. Sometimes you get a bunker. And the reactored marine is good because it's decent against Oracle. It's decent against like the little 1 adept, 2 adept opener. And with the wall in, you keep the adepts out of your main. You keep the scouting information out of your main. Look at this, adept coming to scout right as the Reaper comes for the main of the Protoss. So Neeb is going to do a little micro here, and he will lose the adept. But the Reaper also died, as we see its remains float up into the sky. The reason the physics is weird is because this is an underwater map, by the way. It's also why there are gold doubloons out here. So the Widow Mine finishes here for TY, and he has 2 mines, mind you, the one that just went off. So it appears as though TY is going to fly into the main, and then judging by this thing's path, he's going to probably run it up into the natural. Now this is really strong because the Protoss player is just going to tend to move everything up into the main to try to deal with this drop, especially in a big tournament like this. This is an IEM Katowice game. So the mine comes out, TY immediately burrows and starts to focus the mothership core. The other mine's coming in, and the OBS comes out, so this mine will go down, but so does the mothership core. And does the Terran get any kills? No. Beautiful reaction here from, well, of course he's going to get like 1 or 2, but no money shot there as the Protoss Neeb reacted perfectly. So why is that a strong move, you might be asking? Well, he makes it where he drops the main and the Protoss moves all of his units to defend, and then because the mine doesn't attack anything, the only way that Neeb is going to see it is if he's looking at the mini-map really closely as he's trying to defend a drop, which especially at lower leagues isn't going to really happen. Like, the move that TY did doesn't really work that well against pro gamers all the time, but if you do that at Masters and below, it's going to work a lot. Because the person's going to be like, oh, they're looking at their main, trying to focus the medevac, and suddenly you don't hear anything because it's not like a Marine where you hear, oh, your workers are under attack, you pan over and start to defend. You just hear, oh, they're under attack, and the thing has already burrowed and killed stuff. So that's why doing that little mine run-in is very strong. Neeb is killing these rocks by his natural, and he's taking a third base. He's also started Colossus and Colossus Range, which is called Thermal Lance. And he's supply blocked here. So this is tricky, as we see Adepts coming in. A little bit of harassment, kills a few workers, including one that was over here because 2 died right here. So a tank push is coming out for Neeb. So this supply block is so bad because this tank push always hits right here. And a lot of times if the rocks are there, it's like impossible to break out. Thankfully for Neeb, he's killed the rocks. But he's fighting a lot of bad supply blocks here. And this Colossi has really been lost in translation for like the last 30 seconds. And every little second counts against a timing push. And TY is probably going to set up turrets out here. He has an SCV, so this turret is going to be very good against not only the Colossi, but also Observers, Warp Prisms, and Mothership Cores, all of which are kind of thrown into the fray whenever you have to defend something like this. So third base just now kicking in for Neeb, but the true production and the true income of the third base that you get from the third base isn't really there yet. Blink isn't there yet. The critical number of Colossus is not there. And here we see reinforcements for TY being flown out, and TY is patrolling this medevac. So Neeb is trying to figure out how to break this push. He's going to try to flank with the Warp Prism and come down with the Guardian Shield. And some laser beams are coming out, but Neeb is taking a lot of damage. These tanks do not mess around. And a Liberator killed some probes, but the real focus of the action is over here at the front door. Neeb is down to 94 supply. He's going to try once again, but it's very, very hard. And he might just tap out here as his third is getting dropped at the same time. His natural gets pushed, and he GG's. So this is the first game of a best of 3. If you are happy that the VenomousStare commentaries are returning, make sure you subscribe, leave me a little comment, and make sure you leave a like rating as well.